It's been 29 years since these two last met in the Scottish Cup. United won that day with a goal courtesy of then fringe man Derek Addison, but that was the Tannadice side's only Scottish Cup success over the Maryhill club, and today they come up against a former manager in Ian McCall. For the Jags, Monday's win against Morton here has left them 8 points behind First Division leaders Dundee, but they do have a game in hand with a couple of matches against the Dens Park men to come, so a win here would be a big boost ahead of their title charge. One change for the hosts. Mark Corcoran comes in for top scorer Liam Buchanan, who's on the bench. That means Jamie Adams starts, despite the fact he goes back to Kilmarnock next month and would be cup-tied. And Simon Donnelly, who won the cup in 1995 with Celtic, starts up front with Steve Lovell, who lost last year's cup final with Falkirk. Pat Fenlon's move from Bohemians to replace Craig Levine as manager fell through yesterday, so Peter Houston remains in the hot seat for a team that's without a win in 5. Slovakian goalkeeper Dusan Pernis's clearance came through just 48 hours ago, so he replaces Nicky Weaver, who has now left the club. 2 other changes for the visitors. David Robertson and John Daly replace Sean Dillon and Danny Cadden-Martyry. Dillon goes to the bench, Cadden-Martyry is injured. John Daly and Damien Casalinouovo are the men United hope can fire them into tomorrow's 5th round draw. The referees, Dougie MacDonald, who took charge of the 2006 final when Hearts beat Gretna on penalties. Glasgow woke up to yet more snow today, but despite all the call-offs and the Arctic temperatures and a decimated cup card, this one was never in doubt. Well, since reaching the 2005 final, where of course they lost to Celtic in 2005, United haven't been beyond the 5th round. You have to really commend the guys who work on the pitch here at Firhill when you consider they play rugby here when there's no football on. It's in really good nick. And it's Archibald with an early touch of the ball, the Partick Thistle skipper and former United defender. He was in a cup final with United as well. That one I mentioned at the top is an early touch for Pernice as well. Comes out to claim, and you'll be delighted with that, that's for sure. Former United boss Ian McCall doing a fine job at Firhill. Looking for a cup run as well. He'll go down well. Gomez. Idea might work out yet for Dundee United here. There's Payton to rectify his earlier error. Tuffy under a little bit of pressure there. The Northern Irishman got it clear. And Boabin. David Robertson to Gomez. And now Dixon. Casalinouovo going after that one. He's under pressure though immediately from Robertson. It's the Argentine trying to spin away. Comes back to Conway. That's a good ball in. David Robertson's in at the back post. Oh! Johnny Tuffy to make the save. Well, that was from his own player. You can have a laugh about it, Johnny Tuffy, but could so easily have gone the other way and into the net. Keeper had to look lively. Good play by Conway. Tricky ball in towards David Robertson. Oh, save from Tuffy. It was Archibald. Fans who've come here in good numbers this afternoon at Firhill. And the Jackie Husbands stand away to the right as you watch behind Johnny Tuffy's goal. Adams. And now Archibald. Donnelly with the gloves, looking for the reverse pass to Lovell. That is the Thistle fans on their feet. Lovell, though, couldn't get that ball gathered. They might still have it here, though, Partick. And it comes from Archibald! And down goes Pernice. Confident in his 6-yard area, and he had to be here. This was good play from Partick Thistle. Through it came from Donnelly to Lovell. They thought the chance had gone. Kenneth couldn't get that clear. Archibald firing it across, awkward to defend. Donnelly was so close to getting on the end of it, but there was Pernice to gather on. Donnelly firing it out, first time to Corcoran. Now the overlap comes from Archibald. That's what they wanted. Archibald looks up, tries to ping it into the back post. It was an awkward one. It was all the way through to Kearney. Now Kearney against Dixon. Gets the better of the United defender. And it comes towards Lovell. Couldn't get enough on it. Archibald turns it back across! And Donnelly puts it over. Well, as far as chances are concerned, it's Partick Thistle who've had them. Rousing stuff as they came forward again. Archibald's done well this afternoon so far, and Donnelly's so close to giving Thistle a 16th minute lead here at Firhill. He'll be quite happy, I would have thought, Ian McCall, with what he's seen from his team so far. They haven't met for a while, these two, because they're in different leagues, of course, but they haven't met in the Cups. I said at the top, certainly the Scottish Cup since 1981. Now Casalinouovo. Can he get away from his man? He can't. Casalinouovo! And it's Tuffy with the save. The best chance of the game so far. And it falls to the Argentine, Casalinouovo. But Tuffy, more than equal to it. You have to feel striker one-on-one. Should be scoring. Should be. Tuffy will get some credit, though, that's for sure. It looked as though United were getting themselves in front there. Play by Dixon that time. Now, has he set United off? Down the left, Conway. It's good play by Conway. He was scythed down there. Well, the referee must be time to go for the book. He does indeed go for the book. Paul Payton, the first yellow card of the afternoon. Conway was away from him. Late tackle. Dixon leaves it. Conway's ball in. Daly's header. Kenneth! Oh, it's gone in! It's Casalinouovo! And there is his 9th goal of the season, 7th for United. Well, the Partick Thistle players are surrounding the referee. Johnny Tuffy there as well. The United players celebrate. Kenneth thumping it down. It was headed into the net by Casalinouovo. The Partick Thistle players are aggrieved. Well, the referee is going to come over and speak to his assistant on this near side, Gary Sweeney. He's having a chat, and the goal stands. Dundee United lead the cup tie. You can see what Ian McCall makes of it, and you saw what the Partick Thistle players made of it. And tight cup ties like this often turn on moments like that. Well, Casalinouovo won't care about that. He's got the goal, his 7th for Dundee United. Kenneth hit it right across. Their claimant came off the arm there of Casalinouovo. And do you know, they've got a point. Casalinouovo went down with the head. The arm was in as well. Well, this will feel hard done by. And it went from Kenneth. It was going well wide. Casalinouovo turning it in. Certainly heated things up. Dixon. Well, now Conway. Now Daly's waiting for it. Conway took it on himself. Tuffy was his match. Daly was in a great place, and he's letting Craig Conway know that. Had that gone to Daly, that would surely have been 2-0. And arguably cup tie over. And how crucial a moment will this be? Craig Conway bursting in. John Daly was waiting for it. Conway couldn't resist the shot. Houston waiting for his first victory as caretaker manager for Dundee United. He's got a foot in the ladder as far as that's concerned just now. Dixon, Conway's away now. Now the jet heels. Casalinouovo's in the middle. Daly arriving as well. He went to the wrong part of the box. Anywhere else, it may well have fallen to a tangerine shirt. That's the apologies from Craig Conway. Andy Webster's up for this attack here. Dixon. Casalinouovo! Always a threat. Flashed this header across the face of goal. He had the one-on-one earlier. It's the man with the only goal of the game so far. He could have had a hat-trick. Kovacevic. And Robertson. Casalinouovo hacked away at by Maxwell. Stood his ground well. Gomez to Kovacevic. And go at Corcoran towards the byline. Tuffy forced to make the save. United will have a pre-half-time corner kick here. A chance to toss the ball into the mix, but again, Johnny Tuffy demonstrating why he's highly thought of. Conway with it, just the 1 minute being added on at the end of the half. And we're into that. Payton defends it for the goal kick. Lovell trying to get away from Webster. And there is the half-time whistle. The boos ring out from the home stand. And they are doing that because they reckon that man, Damien Casalinouovo, used a hand to put the ball into the back of their net to give United a 1-0 lead. At half-time at Firhill in the Scottish Cup fourth round tie, it's Partick Thistle 0, Dundee United 1. The sun setting over Glasgow, and Partick Thistle will be hoping the sun isn't setting on their Scottish Cup campaign, because in that first half they were more than equal to their SPL opponents. Well, there's no doubt that Thistle were stung by that Dundee United goal, whether it should have been allowed or not. The pictures were pretty inconclusive. There was definitely an arm up there from Casalinouovo. I'm not sure Ian McCall would have had too many negatives to get off his chest in half-time to his players. Half clear, Corcoran. And what's he going to do? Well, rather than go around the back, he tried to get the ball into the box early. Rowson back to Corcoran. Still Thistle can come. Corcoran, it's opened up for him slightly. It's Corcoran, the edge of the box! The glimpse of goal he wanted. The finish he didn't. Well, this is good play by Corcoran. Zipped past a few tangerine shirts away from the tackle of Webster. The finish, though, was disappointing. Knocked away by Archibald. Donnelly underneath it. So too, though, is Gomez. Now Conway. Casalinouovo. He can turn. Still Casalinouovo! Side net. Well, he's proved this afternoon how much of a danger he can be. Man with the only goal of the game so far. Teasing Robertson. Wrong side of the post, though. Daly. That might go straight to Buchanan. Webster. It's the toe in there to get that away for United. The Thistle fans. It's them who are in good voice just now. It's coincided with Ian Buchanan's arrival as John Daly prepares to be replaced by David Goodwillie. And as Goodwillie comes on, he's a prodigious talent. Adams, Erskine, Payton on the right on the overlap. Here he goes against Dixon. Looking for support now, Paul Payton. He was looking for Erskine. Adams going in there. The shout was man on. That's because Goodwillie was arriving late. He did. Still Thistle come. Good play this time from Kearney into the box. Now Payton. Players were waiting in the middle. And Buchanan. Buchanan in the right area. Either side the keeper. This is going in here. Kearney's delighted to see it come straight at him. Just over 10 minutes to go. Erskine going at Dixon. Pulled it back for Payton. His cross was blocked at source. So a goalkeeper loves to see. Donnelly, cleverly done, Simon Donnelly. He's unfortunate there was no one in a better area at the back post area. Archibald going to slice that one. Buchanan! That was a chance! That was the moment for Liam Buchanan. He had the header earlier on after coming on as a sub. But will he get a better opportunity this afternoon? Kenneth got it half clear. It dropped for Buchanan. What a chance that was, and he knows it. Wabben takes it down. Now Goodwilly's off. Can he keep it in play? He can. Casalinouovo's in the middle, Swanson arriving, Conway behind him, Goodwilly doesn't need Conway, that's for sure, it's good play, Goodwilly! Oh, what a goal! What a way to win a cup tie! Well, that's the game put to bed now, if there was any doubt. What a goal from David Goodwilly! A special strike. And a goal fit to win any match. But this one has sealed it from Goodwilly. Did it himself, away from Robertson. He only got one thought in mind here, to do it himself, and he did. Wonderful from Goodwilly. And he slams United into the 5th round of the Active Nations Scottish Cup, right at the end, in the last minute of the game. Well, 2-0's hard on Partick Thistle as Adams goes from distance! Nitez Pernice in stoppage time. This is a good effort here from Jamie Adams from distance. Short from Donnelly to Corcoran, back to Donnelly, away from Wabben. Well, there is the final whistle from Dougie McDonald. It's finished 2-0, and Dundee United will take their place in the next round of the Active Nation Scottish Cup. Casalinouovo with the first, Goodwilly with the second, and finished it at Firhill. Partick Thistle 0, Dundee United 2. How much belief does this give you guys going into the rest of the season that you can push an SPL side so near?
Yeah, it gives us a lot of belief, you know, and we've spoken about that. You know, there wasn't a lot between the teams on the day. You know, the first goal, controversial. You know, I think there was a handball. It's certainly a suggestion, a handball. And the second one's right at the death when we're pushing for, you know, for an equaliser. So, you know, I think for 80 odd minutes of the game we've matched a very good Premier League side.
What was your thoughts on Damien's goal firstly? It was obviously a hint of handball. I know the Partick Thistle players were raging with the thanks for it to describe it as that. What was your take on
it? I didn't see it. But I don't know, the way that he acted, I think maybe he did use his hand. Well, we not really spoke about it, but I didn't see it personally, but the way that he acted, I think there might have been something wrong with it.
I think you could tell with the flight of the ball and tell with everybody's reaction. I think players are honest to a certain extent. I saying you can tell the way they react when something happens, when you know you've been hard done by. You can tell with people's reaction.
Well, I never seen it. I seen Kenneth having a shot and the ball going into the net. However, at half time, Damien has says it struck his arm on the way in. He's an honest lad. He wouldn't deliberately do it. And these things happen sometimes. You know, I've seen other situations where balls have come into the box and hitting arms, and you look for penalty kicks and they don't be given. And sometimes you just got to deal with it, and sometimes you get a wee rub of the green, and I think that a wee rub of the green is something that Dundee United has not had in the last few weeks. Today we got it, and it put us in front. The referee never seen it, linesman never seen it. It's a goal.
Peter Houston's there saying Damien Casalinouovo is an honest man, but the goal that was scored by him was put in by the hand, no doubt about that. Ian McCall, the Partick Thistle manager, was absolutely furious, and Pat Nevin, can you blame him?
Absolutely not. If we're going to be harsh on Thierry Henry, if we're going to even go further back to Diego Maradona, we have to be just as harsh in this occasion. I think it's tough on the referee, Dougie McDonald. I mean, I think he knows there's something amiss here, but he's not spotted it. It happened very fast here, but we highlight it. There's no doubt about that, and that's not something that just happens. That's a deliberate handball for me. So, you know, he's run away, he celebrated it, but there's a part of you that also thinks, well, honestly, look at the reaction of the players. Look, every one of them, hands up, goalkeeper. They're all right, they know the case, and he's, at least at decency, he looks slightly embarrassed about it.
Watching the telly tonight, he says. And we had to stop that before he finished that sentence. But Gus, I know you're a man who's very supportive of referees, and Dougie McDonald did go to his assistant, Gary Sweeney, and neither of them saw it.
You could see the way that Dougie there with the last clip from the angle behind Dougie, that he was aware, you know, that something had gone on, but he couldn't see it from his angle, and he's had the decency to go over and consult with the linesman. And you could read his lips as well, and he says he never saw anything. Yeah. So they can't give the decision if they've not seen it, but quite clearly you can see from the camera angles there that there is the handball. And it's a hard one to take, but it was obvious from the Partick Thistle players' reaction.
Casalinouovo, a player who is a handful, no doubt about it, Pat. I mean, he scored the goal there, albeit with his hand, but he caused a bit of bother to you.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be honest about him. I'm disappointed with him doing that, and he might get in trouble in the future for it, you know, if Thierry Henry can suffer from it. But Gus and I were chatting beforehand, he's a strong lad. He's a natural striker, isn't he? And he just wants to get balls on target.
He's got a physical presence. He's not the tallest, but he's a really strong centre forward, you know, and protects the ball well. You know, gets his body in between the ball and the man. He's very difficult to shrug off the ball, you know. But there today, he's got his goal by all means there. And he's like the usual strikers. He'll gain confidence from that, you know. And he is a real handful to play against.
Now, there was no doubt about that, Pat, carry on, yeah.
Well, you can see when he gets the ball in his back to goal, he actually wants to turn. Funnily, it reminds me of Fernandes when he was like that, you know, getting the ball well in his career, just always wants to have a hit at goal. But well, it certainly wasn't one-way traffic all the time, and it would be slightly unfair to think that Dundee United cruised through it, because I have to say I thought Partick Thistle played very, very well indeed.
Yeah, going into this game, of course, they hadn't lost the game in 5, and in the first half in particular, I think Sam and Donnelly had a particularly good chance, but there were lots of chances in the second half as well for them.
Yeah, well, they're 1-0 down, and they really have pushed on. I mean, well, Cochrane, you know a bit about him, Gus, and that's a great piece of play. And you really want players just to calm down and get it on target at that point. And that's the difference, really, you know, in stepping up a level, getting it on target. And I think Buchanan found himself with a couple of opportunities, got into good areas, but it's been nice play in the build-up for Partick Thistle.
They've worked the ball into the wider areas, you know, and it's decent delivery, it's good crosses. I mean, the lad Buchanan's got a really good scoring record, and Ian McCall talks very highly of him and really believes he can play at the next level in the SPL. You know, on those chances, you know, he could probably score goals in the SPL.
He's not a bad player either, right? Erskine, you've seen him before.
Well, Erskine came on and he's came from the junior ranks, you know, and had an impact at Partick Thistle. You know, I was at the game against Morton on a Monday night, and he came on in blistering pace. He's left-sided, but actually played on the right side and caused Morton problems on it. So, you know, good, talented, wide players. Mark Crocker, I know very well, you know, and these are players that can hurt the best defenders, because Dundee United have got good defenders who probably don't come up against that very often, with that, you know, direct opponent who's prepared to run at them, and it's very difficult to deal with.
And I guess one thing that Partick Thistle's defenders had to deal with was David Goodwillie running directly at them for the goal that sealed it, and a beauty it was too.
That is the thing about Dundee United. They've got players that can score. We've also talked about Casalinouovo. They've got Daly and Goodwillie as well. I mean, great pace here as well. A lovely step over. Watch this step over. It's fantastic. I'm not convinced with defending here. I think he could have done a little bit better. Just cut off without diving in. But let's not take it away from the skill. I mean, he's got no right to score a goal from here. You know,
to defend against the Gus, yeah.
Exactly.
It's a good ball. It's so late in the game that you could. Partick Thistle were tired at that point. Goodwillie, electrifying pace, you know, that if you just get the ball in behind and there, when it gets into the penalty box, Paul Payton can't touch him, fear of giving the penalty away. But as Pat says, good. There's the difference. It's the composure once he's got into that area that he can go and finish.
And also coming into this game, Dundee United on a poor run of form, even when Craig Levein was still there, a poor run of form United, so a big win for them.
Well, I think the last game they actually played quite well, but were just a little bit unfortunate, and they created a lot of chances, and they do seem to keep on creating chances. But I think it's a difficult one when you've lost such a big personality as Craig Levein. You know, it is a difficult one to go over with, and they'll need to try and figure out quite quickly who the new manager's going to be, because then the club will settle down again. I have every belief, but I'm absolutely sure that they will finish in the top 6 at the very, very least, if not the top 3 or 4.